All right, Reyes. So thank you. Thank you again. This is the second time. So first time we had some technical difficulties, but we're back at it again. We can't let the trials and tribulations stop us.
That's
Right.
right, man.
So Reyes, so a quick introduction. So Reyes is a YouTube sensation, I like to call him. My man Reyes built his YouTube channel up to 320,000 so far, Reyes, is it?
Yeah, about.
Just about. And Reyes makes entrepreneurial content, basically content that really teaches people how to make money out here in these streets. If you have an excuse about making money or that you can't make money, Reyes is the guy that would tell you that it's an excuse and show you why it's just an excuse and that there's plenty of
That's
ways
right.
of making money out here. So if you haven't checked out Reyes before, please head over to his YouTube channel. It's Reyes the Entrepreneur. You type that in the search bar, hit that red subscribe button, like, comment, share, and you will not be disappointed, man. My man Reyes is on to something good. So
Thank
without
you.
further ado, Reyes, I want to kind of rewind back to your childhood, man, because watching your videos, I see something that not everybody is born with, man, and that's a level of grit, a level of grind, man, a level of dedication. So I'm always curious to know where that stems from. So if you could just touch upon on your upbringing, man, I would love to hear that.
Oh, for sure, man, for sure. Mm, You think you could turn off the Wi-Fi on your phone and the laptop real quick? That way, just making sure. But anyways, though,
No problem.
uh, oh, oh man, where do I begin? But you know what? My first real memory of where, you know what? I have several siblings, but I'm the oldest male in my family. And
How
early
many
on,
siblings you
man,
got?
I got two older sisters and
Okay.
one younger brother,
All right, cool.
and I always saw my mom struggle with bills all the time. And even though I was a little kid, I was probably like 7 to 9, about there. I'm like, what can I do to help my mom?
Yeah.
So I will always look for items to sell, even though I never really did anything with it. That mentality was in me that, hey, I gotta try making money somehow. And then high school was the first real test that I really wanted to make money on the side. So you know what I did, man?
What did you do?
I had like $7. I went to the store, I bought chocolate bars, and then I took them home and I'm thinking, all right, if I sell them for this much, I'm gonna make this much. And I was gonna go to school, right? But then I was so hyped. I was ready to count my millions. And then I started walking to school, and there was a kid behind me. And I asked him, hey, bro, would you like to buy a chocolate bar? And right away, he goes, no, no, thank you. All right, man, all right. I've never really dealt with rejection like that.
Yeah.
I never had a coach or anybody show me that it was part of the game. So I'm like, let me ask somebody else. And I saw this kid walking up, and I asked him, and he was just rude, man. He was like, how much are you selling it for? And I told him. And he goes, man, I could go to the store and buy one for cheaper than that. And I was like, dang, he can. So on the way to third period, we had to take a bus. I ate all that candy myself, bro. That's why I'm so chunky right now, bro. That's how I deal with rejection. But see, looking back at it now, I know that was part of just the entrepreneur. Rejection is just part of
Yeah.
growing a business. But I didn't have anybody telling me that. And then pretty much that was my freshman year. I didn't try entrepreneurship again until probably college with my custom shirt business. But that's it, man. That's my mentality. I saw my mom struggling. I wanted to help. And that's where I got the ball rolling in my mind that, hey, I got to do something to make money.
Yeah. So you mentioned your mom. Was she a hustler?
Bro, that's right. She taught me a lot. She used to go down to LA and buy perfume and covers, bring them over here, and then sell them to her coworkers, man. I always saw that hustle in her.
Oh man. So
And
that's safe to say that's where it comes from, man.
and yeah, man, she always wanted good for me and my brother and my sisters, of course, but
Yeah.
she came over here not knowing English. didn't have a education. All she had was hard work. And even growing up, man, I'll be honest, we grew up on food stamps and welfare. But my mom, as long as she had a job, she told us we were going to be okay. And we always were, man. But hey, she worked in the fields, packing houses, graveyard. But she never complained because she had a job and money coming in.
Yeah, so she was always just grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's
But of
amazing.
course, she wanted more for me
For
and my
sure.
brother, of course, because I remember at a high school, I'm like, Mom, I want to go work in the fields. She goes, No, what? You're crazy. You know English. You're a United States citizen. You have an education. You gotta go more for. You gotta go after more.
Yeah.
And so that's when I decided. That's when I went to school, to college.
Okay. And what did you go to college for?
To become a math teacher. So, yeah, I went to a community college to get my credits the cheap way, plus I was getting financial aid. And then after I graduated community college with a liberal arts degree, I was really going to go to a university. And I went to talk to a counselor and I got classes. And then they hit me with, hey, you got to take a loan. And I'm like, dang, bro. And one thing I learned from my mom, I remember when she got her first credit card and she hated it. Because, she started buying stuff for us. But then you have to pay, and then the interest, and then the late fees. And I remember how happy, when she paid off her credit card, she cut it, and she said she would never be on another credit card ever, and she wasn't.
Yeah.
So that kind of taught me that maybe being in debt isn't the best. And once they told me how much I need to take out a loan, I was like, nah, bro, I'm going to go follow my entrepreneur spirit. And that's when I started really focusing on entrepreneurship.
Man, so a good correlation to what you're saying is, or what I'm taking from your story or from what you just said, is that you realize that there was a pain, right? And the pain was just you seeing your mom going through a struggle, which was painful for her, I could assume, and you taking that pain and using it for good to kind of dictate your path into entrepreneurship and success, right? So I'm going back to one of your videos that I saw, one of your first ones. You decided to endure some more pain, which was the pain of being homeless, and you decided to use that as kind of as a case study for your success. Can you touch on that and what made you decide to live in your car?
So, like I said earlier, after college, and I decided I don't want to go that route. I started doing entrepreneurship. It didn't go anywhere. And I was 25 and I was lost in the world. I was working at Burger King. I was renting a room out from my brother's apartment. I wasn't growing anything and I just wasn't happy with life. And then I really had to look into what I wanted to do. And I remember I love teaching. I really love teaching. I was always interested on making YouTube videos. Let me mix the two things. But then I wanted to be different. I didn't just want to give advice to people on YouTube. I want to show them something. And I'm like, what can I show people? The struggle. Because I've been through the struggle and I know how to get over the struggle. So let me go be homeless, $200 in my pocket, nowhere to shower, nowhere to sleep, no job. But if I could make it out of that with a plan and action, that means anybody could get out of that. And I'm going to be the role model. So I started doing that. I got a job on the first day. I found a place to sleep on the first day, which was in my car in the Walmart parking lot. Wow. And I showered at the beach. The beach has free showers,
Yep,
That's where I shower, man. Cold.
Oh, man.
But, hey, bro, I've struggled before. And I already knew. But anyways, and then I documented that whole series, 3 months, sleeping in my car. At the end of those 3 months, $1,400 saved, a place to sleep, and get this. I thought that series, the homeless series, was going to go viral, man.
Yeah.
That was going to give me my fame. Nothing.
Nothing.
Like 10 views per episode. But I found something out about myself that I enjoy doing that. Even though I didn't get the results I wanted, I love making something. I
Yeah.
love teaching. And
Yeah.
that's how I felt. And I thought, if I could at least teach one person something with my videos, I'm happy with that. And I just kept going, man, for 2.5 years. For 2.5 years, I was doing YouTube for free until I started making money. And I'm proud to say I've been making money on YouTube full time for the last 2 years. I've never made so much money in my life, man. And this is only the beginning.
Wow, that's beautiful. Real quick for the people, if you
Yeah.
don't mind sharing.
I
So
share anything, bro.
from broke to success on YouTube, how much have you made since then on YouTube, just with YouTube alone?
So the first year I started making money on YouTube was in 2017. No, 2018. Was it 18? Yeah. 2018. And I was making money at the end of the month, the last 3 months. Made $17,000. The most I ever made. But wait. 2019, a full year doing YouTube, 150,000, bro. And this year, I'm going for more. But here's the thing, the money, they're just goals for myself. My
Yeah.
main goal is helping people become financially independent, helping people, inspiring them, motivating them with all the free 99 knowledge. That's my real goal, bro. The money is just a bonus.
Man, and I could definitely attest to that, because even before the 320K subscribers, or 300,000 plus subscribers, I should say, I remember watching one of your first videos and you saying that your goal was to help 1 million people.
Yes, man.
So that
And
right
that's
there,
still the goal.
that's still the
That's
goal.
still the goal.
Okay. And
Yeah.
so, do you have would you say you're somewhere close to that, or and I asked that based on just people reaching out to you. Have you been able to keep a track sheet of how many people hit you up and is like, damn, Reyes, you really helped me. You helped me change my financial situation.
I get messages like that all the time.
Yeah.
I don't keep track,
Yeah.
but I'll know I helped 1 million people when I made it big.
Yeah.
Because I'm only gonna make it big if I help that many people.
That's true.
That's how I look at it. Once I get up here, that means that's how many lives I've changed. Here's the thing. Something I found out a long time ago, and it works. To become successful is the more you give, the more you get.
100%.
And I'm not just talking about money. It could be value. It could be knowledge. It could be whatever, but just give. Give, and you're going to get 10 times that.
Smooth.
You know what? I decided to go after YouTube and really commit from the get-go. When I decided to make my video of the homeless series, but it made me feel so happy. That's what I decided. I want to do this for the rest of my life. Not YouTube specifically, but teach and use videos to teach. And YouTube's giving me that platform and the opportunity. But right there and there, man, I decided I'm going to focus on YouTube.
Okay.
And then I just stuck with it, man. And here's the thing. You're talking about getting distracted. I used to be the guy who I would try 7 different things, never get anywhere with them because my attention was too divided. But when I really got my first success, like for example, when I started doing eBay full time, the only way I was able to do it full time was when I focused on eBay and really only eBay. And that kind of showed me that, hey, if I just focus on one thing and grow that one thing, it's gonna grow.
Yeah.
And that's when I started realizing that's what I want to do. And then after eBay, I got banned. I was being a bad guy, a bad boy with the fake decals. And then I was working in the fields. And then I decided, you know what? Let me start a shirt business. And this is going to be my main focus. And sure enough, 6 months later, I was doing it full time. And then at one point, I was like, you know what? The YouTube thing is going all right. but let me focus on it. So even though I was doing shirts full time, I quit that just to do YouTube full time. I saved $7,000 from my shirt business so I could invest and go full time into YouTube when I only had about 2,000 subscribers.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it didn't work out.
But you were still optimistic.
Always, man. Here's one thing I learned. You can't change what happens in your life, good or bad, because good things are going to happen and bad things are going to happen. The only thing you could change and have control over is your reaction.
Yeah.
That's one thing I realized a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I realized being positive made me more happier than focusing on the negative.
Man, it looks like you balance stress really well.
That's something I had to learn a long time ago. You know, because when I used to do 7 things at once, you know, things go wrong, and then you realize you don't have enough time or energy to go fix them. So when I started focusing on one thing, I put my priority on it. It helped me with my stress because I only had one thing to worry about.
Yeah.
And also prioritize.
Yeah.
The most important thing really helps out. So like, for example, my priority right now is my business, which is YouTube. I do that every morning. Everything else, I push to the side. I get a call from the bank saying, hey, we need some information. All right, I'll be there tomorrow when I got time. I don't worry about it, you know, because I have control over my time.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then another thing is I do my YouTube and then, hey, the kids got sick. Someone needs to go get them from school. I push everything to the next day. You know, I don't try to worry about anything, but that's why I have my priorities. Because there's people out there that focus on the smallest thing and they let that take most of their time.
Yeah.
No, that small thing you could do whenever you can.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's what really helps me out. Staying focused and prioritizing what I have to do.
So being that you prioritize, do you have a morning routine? I'm real like big into like little biohacks and stuff like that. Do you have a morning routine that you
Yes.
prioritize?
Yes, man. First of all, the very first thing I do is I have a notebook of all my to-do list. You know, that way I know what I have to do today, tomorrow. If something comes up, I just scratch it off, move it to the next day. Nice. But when I wake up, I check what I have to do, which is mostly edit most of the days. Yeah. And then I get my breakfast. I can't start my day without my coffee and my breakfast. You know, I eat, then I edit for a couple hours. And then at 11, I'm usually done editing. And then that's when I do the chores and what I have to do. I have to do eBay listings. I have to go to the bank, this and that. So, but editing is always my priority no matter what.
Okay.
Because that's what's growing the business.
Yeah, for sure. Now, besides you writing out your list and what you have to do you wake up in the morning you know, you mentioned making your coffee, which is not such a bad morning routine. Actually, I'm a tea drinker. I don't drink coffee, but I do enjoy me some good tea. But for example, my morning routine, I may wake up and I like to prime myself, man. I wake up, I may meditate the day, or I try to meditate every day. And I may read me a quote or two or something like that. And then I go ahead and tackle whatever it is that I have to tackle. Is that something that you do? Do you meditate? Is there anything before you get to work to prime yourself and prime your mind that you do?
You know what? I used to do something which was listen to podcasts or, you know, entrepreneur podcasts, interviews, just to get that inspiration and motivation.
For sure.
But I've gotten to the point where I have the fire in me already, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Like every day I wake up and I already know what I have to do. I already know what I have to get done. And I just go for it.
I respect that.
Like, and here's the thing. I'm going to be straight up honest with you, man. Yeah. Listening to podcasts, interviews, they're great. But there's no shortcut to success. It's all the same thing. Everybody's going to tell you the same thing. Work hard. Wake up early. You know, think positive. Like, I've heard that stuff 100 times already. It's already in my mind that I am inspired already. Like the fires, that's what I mean by the fire in me. Like nothing's gonna slow me down.
Yeah.
That's how determined I am into building what I'm trying to build.
You know what's crazy, man? I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's actually a topic that a lot of people they like to neglect, for the simple fact that I like to call it information overload, right? Like, there is a such thing as information overload. You consume so much information, and then you get hit with the analysis paralysis stage, where you just paralyzed by all the knowledge you just learned, and you don't know what that next step is going to look like, or you're so paralyzed that you can't even take that next step. So my thing is, information is cool, but information is useless if you don't put it to action. So go ahead.
I was gonna tell you, no one ever became rich by just planning.
Nope.
They had to take action.
Yes,
You
sir.
could plan. Don't get me wrong. Look, planning and research has its place, in the beginning.
Yeah.
But you have to give yourself a timeline. Like, all right, I'm only gonna research for a couple of days. Because here's the thing: when most people do research, they already have an idea of what they're gonna get.
Yeah.
They're just trying to look for something better because they're afraid to pull a trigger on it. Like, for example, t-shirt business gave me my first real jump on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I get messages even to this day. Reyes, what machine should I get? Reyes, what's the best vinyl? When they already know what's the cheapest machine they could get or the best vinyl. But they want my opinion because they want more information. When in reality, they should have already pulled the trigger, and they should have told me, Reyes, because of you, I started the business. Those are the messages I love the most, man.
Yeah.
But they have to take that action. They
100%.
have to.
I think a lot of people, man, it's just it's a comfort level, man, to just continue to. It hurts when you take that next action and you fail. It hurts. So a lot of people get stuck in that information stage because it's comfortable.
Look, man, I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. This is something I don't say a lot. I kind of don't say it at all. But there's some people that need to hear it. Entrepreneurship isn't for everybody. There's people that they're not gonna make it. And I'm not trying to be negative, and I'm not trying to shut people down. But hey, if you feel entrepreneurship isn't for you, like if you can't handle the stress, the long hours, the loneliness, man, you don't even know how much I have to sacrifice because I have a family. But for example, I start a new series and I have to travel to LA constantly. Next month, I'm leaving for 7 days. My daughter, man, she's a big daddy's girl. And it hurts her when I'm not here for a long time. But those are the sacrifices I need to do to keep building the business that's going to benefit her life in the future,
Absolutely. Sounds like your focus is generational wealth, man.
That's it, man. Like everything here's the thing. I told you, I grew up on food stamps, on welfare, and I don't want to continue the cycle. My mom had to do what she had to do. She worked hard. She took advantage of the help because she needed the help. But me, I'm trying to break that cycle where I'm trying to provide more for my family, not just financially, but kind of show them the right way of living life, that there's a different way. There's a better way of just working for somebody else. But of course, one of the biggest thing is I'm going to support my kids no matter what. They want to work for somebody. They want to be their own boss. That's one thing. I kid you not. I could say honestly that my mom is the only reason I have the confidence, because I remember in college when I used to do the shirt business, super low budget. I used to stain the carpets, bro.
Yeah.
And my mom never got mad at me because she saw that I was happy doing it. Everybody, my siblings, everybody, I would waste my financial aid money on new shirt equipment, bro. That's how bad I had it. But she was so proud of me for making shirts that she gave me that confidence and always supported me. And I told myself, not only am I going to support my family, I'm going to support anybody that needs support.
That's amazing, man. You've had a strong support system. throughout the journey?
One
One. Oh,
person,
okay,
my
so
mom.
your mom.
One.
Well, and sometimes that's all you need, man. Is that one person. That's all you
But
need
you
is
know
that one
what?
person.
There's been several people who have helped me build up my confidence. There was this one time I made shirts and I took him to the gym because my friend used to work at the gym. And I'm like, hey, let me sell the shirts over there. You know, got my hustle, got my grind,
Yeah.
trying to put myself out there. There was a retired cop who I always talk to. And he goes, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I made some shirts and I'm selling them. He goes, how much? I'm like, $5 a shirt. That's how low I started, man.
Wow.
He goes, here you go. I looked at it and I told him I don't got change. He goes, keep it. Use it for your business. It was $100, man.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I never forgot that, you know?
That's
So,
amazing.
yeah, man, those are some examples, events in my life that really stuck with me and built my confidence.
I have a
And
similar story to that, man, where when I first started personal training, I had a lady who was a manager at my previous job, and she believed in me to the point where she hired me, and I trained her for free, basically. And then she was like, "Here, I want to give you something." And we did one session, and she gave me $100 that one session. She told me the same thing. She was just like, "Here, this is just an investment that I'm making into your business because I believe in you." So, you know, seeing that $100 or getting that $100 for an exchange for a service did something. And I think that's just not only just the money, because the money just goes, but the fact that I got her support meant a lot. So
yeah,
I totally agree, man.
you know.
Quick question, man. I'm curious. I know you're optimistic. You're very positive. You don't let any negativity or anything stop you, right? So I'm curious to know, is there any fears that you may have or anything that you struggle with internally that may prevent you from, or maybe sometimes make you think twice before taking that next step?
Business-wise or life-wise?
I'm interested to hear both, man.
Business-wise? Nah.
Okay.
Because what's the worst thing that's going to happen? I go broke? I've been broke several times already.
Yeah.
I know, like, for example, if YouTube dies tomorrow, hey, I'm going to go do what I have to go do. I'm going to go get a regular job to bring in income, and I'm going to build a business.
Yep.
I've done it so many times already. So that's what I'm going to do. Life-wise, my family, man.
Yeah.
There's so many people out there, entrepreneurs, YouTubers, who don't have a family. So they have so much freedom to spend and do what they want. But me, I don't have that freedom.
Yeah.
My family, like, for example, I told you I have to go work for a week somewhere else, and I'm not gonna see my family. And I'm hesitant about that. I was supposed to do it this month, bro, but I pushed it till next month. That's really what's always second guessing me.
Yeah.
And it's hard, man. Like, and it hurt. I'm not gonna lie, man, it hurts. Because I know my daughter, bro, like, she doesn't understand what I'm trying to do. She just knows that daddy isn't here. What's going on? But I'm so grateful to have a girl that's there to support me, and she's there to carry the weight when I'm not there, you know?
That's amazing, man. So,
But it's hard on me, bro. It's hard on me, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's also good motivation to continue working as hard as you do, man, for just to build that empire, build that cushion for your daughter, man. And it's you only, how many kids you have?
Two.
What
But the boy, I talk about my daughter. I love the boy.
Yeah.
You know, my son. But he don't care, bro.
He don't
I'll
care.
be like, hey, I'll be back in 2 weeks. He'd be like, all right, Dad, bye. But he's 7. He just
Okay,
turned 7, so he's older.
He's older.
And he understands that I have to go work.
Gotcha.
But it's my daughter who's 3.
Yeah.
That's the hard part.
And then, they say that girls are more attached to their dads. They say I don't have any kids.
She's attached to me,
yeah,
bro. Like, she's waiting for me to go lay down with me, you
Oh,
know?
man, yeah, that's amazing, man. We won't take too long then. But
No, we're good, though. She's with her brother. He helps me out a lot, too.
He's setting the pick for you right now.
Yeah. Hey, but I buy him toys every day, bro. I got them spoiled.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that. He's gonna be expensive when she grows bigger.
Man, so I have a question because I'm very curious to know this after watching videos and stuff like that. You've done it all. You've done T-shirts. You've done
Vending machines,
candy
eBay,
machines,
picked up
eBay,
cans on the side of the road.
all that stuff, man. You've driven. You tested out Uber, all the drive share services that they have. Out of all those jobs or events that you partaked in, which one were your favorite, or which one is your favorite, or that you enjoyed the most?
Well, first of all, making YouTube videos, I really enjoy that.
For
You
sure.
know, but I can honestly say making shirts was my first true love, bro. It's kind of like the high school love, that you love, but it's not the one. But I shirts was really cool,
Yeah,
man.
I agree, man, because I made shirts also, man. I remember I started with my eBay. I bought a US Cutter vinyl plotter, right? I bought some vinyl. I bought both vinyl, decal vinyl and heat transfer vinyl, right? And went ahead, started making the shirts. I had a blast making the shirts. I loved it. But obviously that ended, sold all my equipment and all that stuff. I bought a used heat press. And actually, man, going back to what you said earlier about people hitting you up to find out more information, I hit up my friend. Actually, he's like a brother to me, an older brother to me. And I hit him up because he was doing it first. And I was like, yo, what the hell is that? And he told me what it was. I was like, what machine is that? What's the name of that machine? And he told me the name. I went, did my search, found a beginner is what they label it under on US Cutter. Got the beginner kit, and I started maybe, I want to say 3 weeks later, man, and got the ball rolling. So, taking that action is very, very important, man, just to touch on that again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very important. But quick question, man. We'll get down to the last two questions, actually.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead. I got some time.
All right, cool. So are you, I know you don't, it sounds like you used to listen to podcasts. I don't know if you consume information now, but are you a book reader at all? Do you consume any books? Do you have any favorite authors or any favorite books that you would recommend to people?
Not favorite authors, but like niches, like entrepreneur, self-help. I just finished how to write a screenplay book because I just went full into making what I'm doing into a company, a media company.
I saw that, man. Congrats.
Thank you, man. Hey, it's scary though, man, because I still don't know anything really. But it was the next step, and I want to start producing content, different type of content. And when I'm trying to learn something, I try to take in as much information as possible from books, podcasts, interviews. Nice. So that's where I'm at right now. Right now, I'm trying to learn how to create and how other people create shows, direct. That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
And are there any other entrepreneur books that you will recommend to the viewers?
The usual suspects. The rich. I never read. Wait. Napoleon Hill.
Yeah.
I think.
Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah. Him. The last. Wait, is it The Last Man in Babylon?
Yeah. The Richest Man in Babylon.
There you go. That one. So pretty much, here's another thing. People always ask me, Reyes, what's the best book I could get?
Yeah.
Each book has different information from a different author. How I look at it, each book is a different mentor. So pretty much whatever you want to look for, go on Amazon, type in how to grow a business, and find the book that has the most reviews and get it.
And get that.
Or the audio book, whatever you can, but just consume information, knowledge,
man, knowledge. Yeah, trust me, I know those books because I've either read them or own them. And, I have my list of books here that I read also. So I was just curious to know what you recommend to the people. But Reyes, to somebody right now that says, "Oh man, I don't have any money to start this right now," or
Yeah.
I'm struggling financially, and man, I'm just making excuse after excuse after excuse. Let them know right now what they could do to get some money in their pockets, man. What would you recommend they do right now to get some money in their pockets?
Do they have a day job?
In this scenario, yes, they do.
Save your money, have a good amount, and then invest into something.
Okay.
Whatever it is. Here's the thing. There's so many different ways of making money. Just choose one, bro.
Yeah.
There's people who see 10 different options and they're like, I don't know which one to pick. And they never pick one.
Yeah.
Like people are making money. So here's the thing though. Don't invest all your money. Start small.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to start a t-shirt business, get a small vinyl cutter. Start with some decals. Maybe get a heat press. Boom, Don't invest into the whole screen printing, sublimation thing. Start small and just go with it. And here's the main thing. Don't worry about the money. Hopefully you're making some money, but don't let that be your priority. What you should focus on is, do you enjoy doing it? Because here's the thing. This is why I made the jump from making custom shirts full time into YouTube. Because at the end of and I was making about $5,000 in sales,
Wow.
so I was making good money. And I was supporting a family of 4. My girl wasn't working because we just had a newborn. So I was dependent on that. But at the end of the day, I was making money. I wasn't happy. So that's when I decided to do YouTube, jump into YouTube full time. Even though I wasn't making money off YouTube and I had to go back and get a regular job, YouTube made me happy. So I kept with it. And eventually it worked out.
Man, so listeners, man, whoever's watching this and listening, save your money, find something that makes you happy and go all in on it.
But here's the thing. You won't know what makes you happy until you try it.
Until you try things. Yeah.
So try a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that be like, no, I don't want to try it because I'm going to lose money. But here's the thing. Money's going to come and go. We've all had a good amount of money. Where is it at now? We replace it with more money. So what I'm saying is, of course, don't invest everything you have. Invest a little bit and see if you like it. See if you make money. And if you do, keep going with it. If you don't, hey, at least you learned something. You got some experience and try something else. And keep trying different things until you find that one thing. Okay, look, this is how you know you're loving what you do. When you think, I would do this for free, and I would still do it. That's how I felt about my teaching. I'm gonna make YouTube videos for free just because I love doing it. Sure. When you're able to say, I don't even care about the money, that's when you know you're doing something you love. And here's a quote: when you do what you love, the money will follow. And I'm a big believer of that. I agree, because I could have stayed at making shirts, and I could have been making $5,000-$6,000. But that was me working 14 hours a day, man. Hardly any time, under stress, almost every weekend. Because I would have those people that be like, hey, we need 100 shirts in the next 2 days. Can you make it happen? And they were willing to pay. So I would take the job. Bro, I kid you not. You don't even know how many all-nighters I had to do. But I toughed it out. I toughed it out, man. I wouldn't finish till like 5 or 6 in the morning. Yeah. And then they would come pick up the shirts at 8. And then I would knock out. All I ask people is to go do what they love to do, bro.
Yeah. I spent a lot of my time, a lot of my years trying different things out, man. And it's very important. At one point, it felt like I was doing something wrong or whatever the case may be, man. But I was just trying to really find what it is that makes me happy, man. So just like you, man, I've dabbled in eBay. I've sold clothes from the thrift, man. I've sold makeup. Whatever I could sell on eBay, I sold. I even dabbled in eBay drop shipping. couple years back when it was like pretty fresh. And
Yeah.
I remember taking a Udemy course and by David Vu or something like that. It's a Chinese dude or Asian dude, I should say. And I took his course, man. And I literally remember posting my first post on eBay, and it was I arbitraged from Walmart, man. And I just put a resale value on it, put my markup on it, and it sold. And at this point, I was like, that's it. The internet's real. The internet, I can making money on the internet is a real thing, which leads me to say that whatever it is that these people want to try, whatever the viewers and listeners want to try, man, I'm 100% sure somebody out there has already done it. So if there's social proof, there's no reason why you should be negative and think that you can't do it, man. It all comes down to how much time and effort you're willing to put into it, essentially. So, and dedication.
You know what? There's a quote. Like, I've read a lot of books, and there's a quote out there that says, "Success has left clues."
Oof.
Meaning, somebody who's already successful in what you want to do already set the blueprint. You just gotta go find it. Go find that person. Go find their story. Even if you gotta buy a course. You know, if you're serious about it, so you could learn. But somebody out there already did the work that you could learn from.
100%, man. I'm all for consuming information that may cut the process or your learning curve in half. But the truth is, the process of becoming successful is long. So, there's going to be some ups and downs. But if you could cut the learning curve a little bit, just to kind of move the needle a little bit further than what you would have moved it if you were starting from a clean slate and nobody would have done the hard work before you, then so be it. Buy that course, whatever it may be, read that book to get you ahead, man.
Here's one thing for anybody that wants to learn something. There's two ways of learning. You're gonna learn by doing it yourself, or you're gonna learn from somebody else, their failures, their success. So it's up to you. Me, I'll be honest, man. I love learning things by myself. I like learning things the hard way, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's the best way for everybody, but that's what works for me, because I love that first-hand experience.
100%.
Like, I've always taken risks. I've always, I've done things where I jumped into something and I lost money, but I'm always grateful for the experience that I gained. Because once I started not focusing on the money, but focusing on experiences, that helped me out a lot.
Yeah, man. That's a really good mindset, man. A really good way to look at it. Plus, when you learn on your own, man, you fail by doing it yourself. You now know really the ins and outs of it, man. You're able to dissect it a little bit differently, and in some cases better than those that took a different route.
So it's kind of how you see it, I see it. For example, every time I fail, it's feedback. I learned something that's gonna help me move forward.
Yeah.
Like, before I did eBay full time, which was my first business, I failed like at least 5 other businesses, but I used those failures as feedback to get better and better and better, until finally I was able to do one business full time. And now that I got the experience of growing a business from nothing to my full-time income, that helped me build my next business, and that helped me build the company I'm trying to build now.
That's amazing, man. It's all steps, man. You building them ladders, man. Building them steps.
That's it, man. That's it.
Compound, just like there's compound interest in the financial world, man. There's compound failures, man, and all that does is really sets the layers, man, and allows you to just step on that failure and move on to the next thing, man.
And I'm gonna tell you and everybody else who's listening, if you're afraid of failure, this ain't for you. Because there's nothing but failure in the entrepreneur journey, bro. I failed 9 things just to have one of them work out.
Yeah. That, man, listen, You're a beast, man, and I love. That's why, man. I 100% enjoy watching your videos, because you you just speak the truth. You're very very genuine, and you just, man, you just simply tell it how it is, man. You just tell it how it is, man. And I really love that about you.
Here's the thing. I don't try to convince anybody to
Yeah,
do the vending or the t-shirt. My goal is to do it so people could learn from my experience and they decide if they want to do it or not.
yeah,
I'm gonna tell you the good and the bad, and I let them decide if they want to do it or not.
yeah, 100%. Reyes, so this is, I have two last questions for you.
Go ahead, man.
First one, of the two. Uh, so we've seen lately that mental health has been an uprising thing. We've seen entrepreneurs and business owners of major companies commit suicide and all that stuff. So I'm curious to know, you being an entrepreneur, what do you do to disconnect from your daily stresses as an entrepreneur?
The very first thing I do is I make sure I'm doing something I love.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take on a project. I'm not gonna work with people if I'm not happy doing that. That's the number one. I put my happiness first before everybody else.
Yeah.
And there's some people out there that don't like that. Well, hey, it's my happiness. So always put yourself first, your happiness. Secondly, stay away from negative people. Stay away from negative things that's gonna hurt you. Me, I try being positive all the time. Sometimes I have to be tough. And like for example, a couple weeks ago, I had to let a friend go because he was just being too negative. For whatever reason, people see you. See, I don't want to say that they were jealous or this and that, but I'm trying to make moves, and I
Yeah.
only want to socialize with people who are happy for me and who
100%.
encourage me, And if they have a negative way of looking at things, hey, I don't need people like that in my life.
Yeah.
So do what you love and try having positive people around you.
Yeah.
Second, the third thing is enjoy life. Like me, I love what I do, but sometimes it could be too much. Then, hey, I go hang out with my family. We go on trips, because what's the point of making all this money if I'm not going to be able to have a good life with it?
Yeah. So that's definitely true. So you'll say that disconnecting for you is really just having some time with your family, going out for vacation, all that good stuff.
I have a small circle of friends, bro.
That's amazing, man. So do I.
I don't go out there and party. I don't go out there and create drama. I mainly work all day here at my home in my office. After that, I hang out with my family, watch a movie at night, and that's it. I'm happy with that. Keeping my life simple,
Yeah. Man, that's amazing, man. All right, last question is, what's something that nobody on the internet know about Reyes, man? It could be rated G, rated R, whatever, or PG-13. Just something that you feel comfortable sharing, obviously. Something that nobody really knows on the internet, because everybody knows you as Reyes the entrepreneur, and my followers just met you as Reyes the entrepreneur, but I'm curious to know what's something that nobody really knows, man, that you kind of keep in the back.
ICE is about to come knock on my door if I tell you. Hey, I'm just playing. I'm an American citizen, all right? I was born in this country. But you know what? The only thing that I really put out there, and the reason I don't put it out there is because, I have kids watching my videos.
For sure.
That's why I don't really curse, But one thing I do is every now and then, I'll smoke a joint.
Okay.
Just to relax, like Friday, a busy work week. I'm trying to relax. So,
Hey, you distress.
Yeah. But I don't do it every day.
Understand.
I don't do it in front of anybody, and it's just to relax. That's it.
Man, I dig it, man. I dig it, my brother.
Yeah. Hey, bro, but don't tell anybody, right?
I promise. This is just between you and I and whoever's watching this, man. So
that's
guys,
right.
So shut up out there. Don't say nothing.
Right.
But Reyes, man, I deeply appreciate you taking the time, man, and redoing this with me, man. For real, I truly appreciate it. And Once again, for those that are listening that are new to Reyes, please, guys, go ahead and do yourself a favor and subscribe to Reyes' channel. You would not be disappointed. My man drops gems, free 99 knowledge. His main goal is to help you. And when you watch his videos, you would notice how genuine he is with his messages and how he conveys his messages through the camera, man. So Reyes, once again, man, continue to spread that love, continue to spread that free 99 knowledge, man. There's people out there that benefit from it, for real.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. And I had a good time, bro.
Oh, so did I, man. So did I. Don't go anywhere. 1 second.